All right. Welcome to our team call this Monday night, November 20th. Um, I'm really excited about tonight's call. I was thinking ab- about it this past week because a lot of times people will, and I probably do this call at the same time every year, but a lot of times people will um take like now till the new year off, or they'll slow down in their business, or they'll just be like they do their fitness and stuff, but they don't invite or share as often. And that's a big mistake because you're behind when January 1st comes, right? Like you should have a list of like share a carts ready to go like on January 1st, and just getting people started. I even try to get people's orders in by like December 14th. That's like a cutoff time for me. It's like a magic date that I've always kind of used, like December 14th. Let's get your package up and running so that come January 1st, you're ready to go, right? And so, especially for Dig Deeper, we're gonna, many of us are gonna order that on 12/19, but not try really hard not to start until January 1st. Um, so I wanted to just share, like, and start the call with that. Like, make sure you're still sharing. Obviously, you're going to take some time. Like, today, I worked a ton on my business, knowing that tomorrow and Wednesday, my Cozy app looks crazy. The dogs are getting groomed in the morning. The cleaners will be here. I have to go pick up crumble cookies. Sammy has a half a day. I have a manicure appointment. I got to go get some water, like, right? And then Wednesday, same thing. I gotta go get the turkey. I gotta go get the gravy. I gotta go pick up cinnamon buns. I gotta go get the charcuterie board. Right? Like, so my in Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm not gonna have a lot of time. I am gonna still work in pockets of time, but I'm not gonna have the time I had today. So I made sure today I sat down for a few hours and did a ton of work. And now I won't work until Friday. I set up 2 calls on Friday. Ready to go to talk to people. I knew people wanted
What you're doing?
this cyber sale because I had posted about it. So I already set up a share a cart just now for the BOGO of the buy one get 1 year free. So she's coming back with that. I just sent her share a cart. She already checked out. So I feel comfortable now to take the next 3 days off, so to speak, or only work. Basically what I'll do is I'll post on social media, I'll post in groups, I'll be sharing, and I'll be answering people's questions if they message me, but I most likely will not be pursuing people in the next 3 days just because the schedule is crazy, right? So you can create those blocks of time. And so the same thing will happen around, December 18th, 19th, 20th. You'll probably stop actively by the 20th. You'll probably stop actively, inviting and then pick it back up, but you'll be sharing and being like, still posting on social media, still showing that you're working through the holidays. So this is a great time to show healthy alternatives, healthier recipes. That Bobby had come out with that Christmas lasagna like 2 years ago, that Fixate Christmas lasagna. We love that. That's what we make now. Every time we want to make a lasagna, we make the Fixate Christmas lasagna because it's almost like the same thing. There's just a couple tweaks that make it a little healthier. So, sharing, healthy recipes as swaps, doing a 14-day body preview. All right. So let me actually, before I go into that, let me, I want to go into everything that I've been doing. So I open 2 apps when I sit down to work. Actually, I guess 3. I open the Body Partner app, and I do this on my desktop because I sit and I work on my computer. So the Body Partner app, there's also a desktop version. So I just put in the FAQ like 28-day action plan, and then it came up with the link, and you just sign in with your Beachbody account. So now all I have to do with my browser is type 28-day, and it comes up automatically for me now. So I don't know the exact website for that. So that's how I found it. And then for Growth Day, it's app.growthday.com, and same thing. And then I have my Coach Online Office up. So I basically have three, and Facebook. So I have 4 tabs. Started with 2, now I have 4. I have 4 tabs up, and I'm basically working from those 4 areas. And I went and got myself a 5-star notebook. I was looking for like a 3 subject, but I ended up with a 5 subject, which ends up being fine. But I have tabs for personal growth, the BAT, goals and vision, and results. So my personal growth tab is literally all my notes, like for growth day, the national wake up call, all of the trainings. So it's all sitting in one place. So today, knowing I was going to have a limited time, I put 11, 20, 23, and I started with a training. I opened up the Body Partner app, and what I do, let me actually share my screen. What I do with this is yeah. So like I type 28 day, and then I just pull this up. So it's already here for me, and I'm already signed in. So what I do is I come to my notifications and I scan. So I'm just kind of taking you in my brain organizational wise. So I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I have an email that I need to take action on, it stays in my inbox. Right? Does anybody else do that? Like until you like, do you move, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't delete it if I know I need to do something with it, because then it's once it's deleted, right? It's out of my brain. It's not coming back. It's like completely gone. So I do that. So I do the same thing with this. I don't clear my notification until I have taken action, right? So I right now they're all cleared because I went through them all today, but from the weekend they weren't. And I was like, oh, this guy Nick went live in Body Basics. That was a training, and I had clicked it, and it brought me to the replay in the Body Basics, but it was about the body previews that is new. The guy was hysterical. This guy Nick, it was amazing. He was so funny. He kept me entertained for the 25-minute training. There was a 10 in play training by Kalisha that was one of my notifications. So I'm not going to scan through all my notifications, but you know what I mean? Like there was stuff sitting in there. There was a mastermind replay, then the national wake up call, the body preview, right? So I knew I had time, but typically I log in and I watch 1, right? I don't sit here and watch 3 trainings, but I had time today. Then I went to the Body Mindset app and I listened to Brendan's Monday Fire. And then I went to the Growth Day app and I listened to the Daily Fire and the Monday Motivation with Ed Milet. Those were only 8 minutes, so they were sitting there. So this is the Growth Day app that's on your desktop. And so they were like right here, the Daily Fire and the Ed Milet was like right there on the home screen. I listened to those and I went into my journaling. So as I was doing that, let me stop this. As I was kind of doing that, I was getting pumped up, right? I was listening to all of this stuff. I was taking notes. I was like, oh my God, okay. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, this is in the Body Basics page. I think it's under guides and files, but this is a monthly planning guide. So I have the BAT, and then I staple the monthly planning guide to the back of it, and it has a 10 in play. So it's all in one place. So I'm like, yes. So here was my biggest aha moment today as I sat here and worked. I even got a shout out on the National Wake Up Call because I posted in the chat how I was feeling, and Keyshawn was like, "Yes, Nicole L. Jones, this is how I feel too about everything being in one place." Literally 3 months ago, I sent a message to my corporate mentor and I said, I can't watch all these trainings. There's too much out there. If I'm getting overwhelmed, so is my team. Right. She was like, okay. Like, she was like, yeah, no, totally do what you got to do. Then the Body Partner app launched. And I was like, oh, this is very good for my brain. And so literally I sent her like a voice message today. I'm like, I don't know if anyone needs a testimonial, if you need me to record a video to send somewhere, but let me know. Like everything in one place. We have all of our training from the Body Partner app in one place, the National Wake Up Call, the Body Basics page, any extra information they need to tell us about the cyber sale. They just keep doing random trainings, this 10 and play training that I watched today, this body preview training that I watched today. It was all in one place. If I had to go to the Body Business page and watch the National Wake Up Call, go to the Body Basics page and watch a body preview, go on Zoom and what, right? I was finding myself having to go to 3 to 4 different places and just not doing any of it. It was so good for my brain, my organizational type A brain, to sit and do this work and have this all in one place. Like I used to take National Wake Up Call notes here and do that. I'm like, no, everything's right here in one section of this notebook. So if I need to scan back to something, it's right here. Like literally I was looking for something the other day and I knew I had highlighted what the name of the training was and I knew exactly where to go to answer a question. And then with Growth Day, so we have the Body Partner app, which literally has all our trainings, all our communications from Body, that anything we need to know, sales, all the things. Then with the Growth Day, that's all our personal development in one place. We are journaling in there. We are listening to daily fires. We are doing online courses. I was like, oh, this is so good for my brain. And then let me just pause a minute. Does anyone have anything, any questions or want to add? I'm so fired up about this call, mainly because of my brain and how this is working for my brain.
Yeah, my question is, where do you find that? You said it was in Growth Day, but where?
What?
The bat and then the 10 and play.
No, like, that's in the Body Partner app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So where do you find that?
In the
I'm in the Body Partner.
Where do you find the Body Partner app or in the app?
In the app.
Body Basics is where mostly stuff is. Okay. There's like guides and files, live trainings. There's like all different tabs in the Body Basics, but a lot of it comes up from me as my notifications. Like today there was a training on body preview. Today there's so like clearing my email, I don't clear those until I watch it. And what ends up happening, another thing, Karen, when we're going through, so we went through the 28-day action plan when it first launched, right? Now, when you go through the 28-day action plan again, they have put new trainings in there. Like, I'm pretty sure I found this in there. Like, it led me, I was like on day 5 with the team. And then all of a sudden I was like, what is this? It like linked me to a Body Basics guide and file. And I was like, oh, so that's happening too. And Project Growth, that's another area I haven't even delved into Project Growth. I started to, but then we started to do 28-day action plan again. But it's the same thing. There's all these special trainings hidden in our daily action in the 28-day action plan too, which is so good. And they're not really hidden. If you go to the Body Basics side, they're all kind of housed in there. But yes, thank you. So yeah, so then Growth Day is just your personal development. And but the Body Partner app is your body trainings and all the things. And then what I'm finding is I'm doing I have in my notebook, I have a bat section. So I was finding, like, I was checking stuff off, but I was like, well, how many numbers, like how many connections did I make? I can't write that anywhere. And I was like, wait, mindset, personal development has a check mark, but I literally did 3 hours of it today. So I wanted to be able to track that somewhere. So that's my section in my notebook for the bat. So now, so the bat today has check marks, but these are all my notes on exactly what I did from here, which makes me feel so much more organized in my brain. And then when I first got this notebook, I was writing a personal development section, and then I was writing all my notes, and I was like, wait, no, go to your personal development section in your notebook and write your notes there. So now this is just a 1-pager of the bat. And I basically write my to-do list first the night before, and then I check it off. Because I'm finding that I'm forgetting things. Like I'm forgetting certain groups, or I'm forgetting that I set up an event, or I'm forgetting that I have a 4-week gut protocol sneak peek. So I need to write all of that down so that I know where I'm checking in each day. And then it allows me to just go through and check it. And then I do have a different list of all the people that I'm talking to. That's separate too. I do have a separate list. Like this is my big list. This isn't my 10 and play. This is just my making connections list. And then they go on the 10 and play when we start having conversations. Cool. Any questions at that point? Yes. Pause, Nicole. You are had some coffee.
Oh gosh. It's almost for bedtime.
I know.
So I'm sorry if I missed it and you answered this already, but I know you have like the different lists that you write out, and I'm starting to do that more myself as well. Do you have one notebook and just different tabs for different things? Is that what I saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So my 4 tabs are personal growth, BAT, goals and vision, and results.
Okay.
So I've gone through personal growth, and now I'm on BAT, which I was gonna. So my goals and vision now is I write out my goals every Sunday. So those are in there, but then I'm also writing my paycheck stuff each week. So I go into my earnings and commission on Thursday, and I'm writing what I made, what the cycles were, what my retail commissions was, what my PV was, and what my current rank is. And then in the column over here, I'm writing, okay, so I'm 1 star, my goal is 3 star next. I'm emerald, my goal is diamond. I'm emerald, my goal is diamond. I'm emerald, my goal is diamond. So I'm kind of like writing the actual stats of what happened this week, but I'm writing here what my goals are. And I'm rewriting those every Thursday. So it's like constant in my brain. And because it's constant like that in my brain, I had another aha moment listening to a training. I have been literally for 13 years saying to myself, I need to find a 5-star on my left leg. I need to find a 5-star on my left leg. I need to find, I found a 5-star on my right leg, but I have yet to find a 5-star on my left leg. And I was listening to a training with Micah Folsom, and she's like, if you're having trouble finding, she didn't say 5-star, but for the sake of this conversation, if you're having trouble finding a 5-star for your left leg, you be the 5-star, because when you get to 2-star, you open your second business center. So now you're in control of an account. So I was like, seriously, Becky, that's exactly what I did. I was like, seriously, it took me 13 years to just hear somebody say that. I was like, duh. Like it was like the biggest, I feel like it was almost the biggest aha moment of my entire business career. The past 13 years, I was like, yeah, I should probably do that. That's a good idea. So it was like it was very freeing, because I can't control who a 5-star is on my left leg. I can control me being the 5-star on my left leg. So it was just a big moment. And then the last tab is results, because I don't know about you, but I'll print out, like when we start a new program, I'll print out the little thing and I'll write my inches and my thing. And then I'm like, where the hell did I put that when we end the program? I literally can never find my last program stats anywhere. So I'm like, oh, I accidentally got a 5-star notebook. Tab number 4 is going to be where I'm going to put all my results. Like, and so I'm dating them. I have all the measurements here. So I don't know how helpful this is for some people, but I'm
geeking out, so.
very like, when I sit down to work, I need to have organization, or I just stare at things and I'm like, what am I doing? Where do I go? What is happening? And I don't know if you guys have been following along for the past 6 months, but I've been like, I need to find a system. I need to get and I would try all these different things, right? I would do the bat, but then I would write the details on the back. I would have and finally, I feel like everything has come together in the past month after trying all these different things, that I just felt like, with the holidays coming and then the new year and us needing to work now, I was like, let's get everybody a system in place that may work for them. And some people are electronic, but
I was just gonna ask you, are you still using Teamsy?
I am still using Teamsy for the follow-up portion, like, because this gets overwhelming. So yes, not as consistently as I should be, but yes. I am still using Teamsy mainly for the follow-up piece. Like if there are people that I'm like, oh, they would say something like, oh, well, I'm having a surgery. I'm having I put them in the follow-up section so that I can then.
Because you get a reminder for it?
Yes.
Kind of thing?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm using Teamsy for. Yeah. So, okay. Think I'm done.
I think the organization piece of it is critical. I mean, Becky and I have been doing these power hours and both of us are getting interrupted, right? And it's like, if I could just have everything in one spot, I don't think it would be as difficult when I get interrupted, because I could go right back to where I was, but I've got notebooks here, notebooks there, a notebook here, so I think like when you were saying everything is in one spot, I was like, oh, you're speaking my language now, because so much easier that way.
And now that you just said that, since I have a 5-subject notebook, I'm gonna probably add a 5th tab and put my contacts list there, because I don't need to have 2 notebooks. Like there's one notebook with just a paper sitting there with my contact list. Like, okay, now how about I just transfer that over to my last tab in my 5-star notebook? Because I've always had like a binder with tabs so that there's different, so this is just working with the notebook, because I don't like binders, because I don't like plopping open like this. I like the, what's this called?
Spiral.
I like to have that because I like to flip it upside. I don't like to have it spread out. Like journals have to be, if I'm going to journal on paper, it has to be spiral, because I don't like to have the binding open. I don't know. This is my brain. So that's why I share these little things, because it might be somebody else's brain too. So.
All right, so I thought it was in there. You can do follow-ups in the BAT, on the online BAT.
Oh, okay.
So if you go into the Connect Invite Follow-Up tab.
Yep.
And hold on, I can't see all of my screen. Develop follow-up tab. Oh yeah, view follow-ups. And in there, invites, in the invite section, you can schedule the tab.
Okay. And then it'll pop
do
up on my
invite.
screen, or I have to go in for that day and it'll tell me who's ready for that day.
I don't know,
Oh,
I'll do a trial and let you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm finding that's my main thing for Teamsy, because I don't need all the like tabs on, was this a share? Was this an invite? Was it I don't track those I've always tracked things according to my 10 and play. That's what I've been doing for 13 years. I've been using a 10 and play for 13 years, and that's how I track. That's how I know that I will hit Success Club when there's people on it. When there's nobody on it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm only at Success Club 2 this month. I'm like, well, you don't have a 10 and play, and so that's always, it's just what we've used for 13 years. So it's just built within our team culture, which is great. So I don't necessarily need to know how many invites did I do, how many connections did I do, how many follow-ups but I did say on Keith's team call last week, I was like, hey, and I'm probably going to start looking for this. I need some more accountability I would like to have a 10 in play for customers and a 10 in play for the business. And I don't want it to be 5 and 5. I really want to be talking to 10 people at a time for the business. If I want to be a 5-star, if I want to be my 5-star, my left leg, I should be talking to 10 people at a time about the business. Right now, I'm only talking to 3, and 1 said no tonight. So I need to, if I want to sign up 2 business partners a month, I should be talking to 10 people at a time about the business. So that's something I'll probably be working on as well, to to see if anyone out there wants to kind of I don't necessarily need an accountability partner for 10 and play customer wise, because I do that anyway, but it's I need to be more accountable to the 10 and play for the business. So that's next. But it's just I have the apps up. I have the 2 things up, Growth Day and the Body Partner app. And then I'm doing messages, and then I'm doing social media in between. So it's like just all in one place. And then the Body Partner app, if I'm doing a training, it prompts me to then send a message. I watched the body preview training today, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up an event for a free, I never do free groups, but now this gives me an opportunity to do a free group, this body preview thing. It's so great. I recommend you watch the training. It pops up a fitness quiz for them, and it pops up a nutrition quiz for them. And it gives them healthy recipes according to their nutrition quiz to try. And for the fitness one, it'll pop up, seems like you like cardio, and it'll give them some cardio suggestions and if you go on if you go in your body account now, whether it's on the app or on the desktop, we can see body previews. So this tells us what our people are seeing. And we can take the fitness quiz and nutrition quiz too, but this tells us exactly what 100 or so workouts they have access to, because they don't get the whole body for 14 days. They get stuff that's sitting in the preview section. So the training was great. And it was, I learned a lot. So I would for sure watch that. Put that on your list for tomorrow, because if you haven't seen it, it's in Body Basics, and the guy's name's Nick, and it's just called Body Previews, and it's right in the trainings, right in the live trainings under Body Basics.
Yeah, I think I went in there while we were talking earlier to see what you were talking about, and I saw that he was one of the things listed in the live.
Yeah, it's about 25 minutes, but fun. He was really fun. It was like his first one ever, so he was like nervous. It was great. He should do more trainings. He was like Michael. He was like playing around, and he was like very silly. And I was like, oh my gosh, he should do more trainings. It was good. Awesome. So to recap, no days off. No, just kidding. No sleeping on the holidays, right? Like if you think that I'll just wait till January 1st when everybody's ready. You're gonna be behind, and I'm gonna swoop them all up because I'm gonna be ready and have them on a list. So just make sure you're still doing what and you're still showing, like on Thanksgiving, you're still showing, hey, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner, but I'm gonna work out first and I'm gonna have a Shakeology first, and those are the two things that are non-negotiable for me, no matter what day it is, and unless it's a Sunday, right? But no matter what
Are we
day,
working out in the morning?
what?
Are we working out together in the morning?
Probably, I don't know. I
I
don't,
know I could use it so that I'm up in time to get everything started.
I wasn't, maybe 7:30, not 6. Maybe we treat Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as Saturday. 7:30. I mean, chances are I'll be up.
Yeah.
Like I always say, no, I'm not setting my alarm. And then I'm 5:30. My body's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, trying to sleep.
All right, we'll check the check.
But we can chat. Yeah, we can see.
You can always use Bridget's too if Nicole's not up. Those of you that still want to work out at 6, she doesn't care if you use it. Like Becky and I use it for our power hours, even though we both have our own Zooms.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
that's
just
an option.
showing people that you're still doing all the things, telling them about Dig Deeper, telling them about body previews, telling them about these, like, so there's a BOGO sale going on right now. If people buy a year of body, they get a second one free. So it's an option right in the share cart. It says $179 body, 12 months plus 12 months free. So it's sitting right there in your share cart. I just sent it tonight.
Do you have any chance to know, is it gonna,
It's
is that
the
option-
Cyber Week sale. It's a Cyber Week sale. So whatever that date is for the Cyber Week.
'Cause I'm
It's
not,
not
I'm not up until May of next year.
Oh. Well, that 3-year membership is always going to be an option. That I believe. So that's what I did. I was up in October. So
That's what I did too.
I paid for
too.
2 years and got the 3rd year free. So I paid $360 for 3 years. So that was good.
Probably what I'll do then.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That was good.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah. But and the cool thing with this Cyber Week sale too, like so I clicked that share cart, but then there was an option if she wanted to add in Shakeology for $97 without having to be a preferred customer. So there was a Shakeology, like, never goes on sale. So Shakeology, I ended up grabbing Hydrate. I asked Mark, I said, my ankle weights are leaking the black sand. Like, could we could you like duct tape them up before I have to do the program in March? He's like, chances are if they're leaking sand, Ollie ate them. And like, I'm like, oh. He's like, he probably put his tooth through them. Cause I did, he's like, and they were on sale for $11 tonight on the Cyber. I was like, okay, I'll just get new ones and they were $11. And then I get some joggers
now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I put there's loops. There's loops, Becky. We're eating your loops today.
The loops are okay so far. I have lost 3 balls to them. I'm ordering 5.
There you go. The buddy ball's on sale and the core ball. So yeah.
Was it the 3rd one that they ate while Bridget and I were watching?
I think so.
I was entertained today. I kept the Zoom all up until she was done today. It was just me and her because I was just watching the show.
They're challenging for sure.
So let me just do a quick recap and then I'll stop the recording. So they're still working through the holidays, making sure make sure you know everything that you can offer people. And then find a focus too. Like, I'm still focusing on 4-week gut protocol in these menopausal years. So like, that's still what I'm inviting to. But then if people are like, well, I don't have any money, I'm going to be like, let's do body previews or, so just make sure you know everything that's happening. Because come January 1st, you want everybody, like, December is always my highest month of Success Club points because I'm getting everybody in ready for January 1st. And then the ones that missed that boat or said they needed to wait till a couple of weeks after Christmas, they get going in January because they're on your next list. So you have a lot of people, you're going to have a lot more than 10 in play if you do this right, right? And making sure you're doing this. And then there's that organization with the Growth Day app, the Body Partner app, and making sure you're keeping yourself organized for your business. So that is the scoop. That's all she wrote. Have a good night.